Okay, clearing. We're back. I'm back with a masculine deep dive reading. So let's begin. The feminine reading went almost an hour earlier, and you have to let me know how that resonated. It was a little bit difficult to bring through because I feel like tough love. Time for feminines to take back the accountability for their own happiness. So here we go with a masculine read. I'm going to start the same way and see what is it that the divine would like masculines to know about union. Oh wow, divine masculine came out. You are the divine masculine. If you're watching this, divine masculines, you are on the spiritual love journey. It's self-evident. Like, you would not be drawn to this if you were not somebody who was of that caliber. Just like the feminine reading though, just because you are a divine masculine does not mean that the person you're watching this because of is your twin flame. Could be a karmic partner, high-level soulmate, could be who knows what. Regardless, you have been brought into a divine spiritual path because of your exploration of love and intimacy and romance. So, what does this card say for you? The divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. This has been a huge theme for the masculines lately, coming into the accountability that as we move from the 3D to the 5D, as we go from material realm orientation to ascended spiritual vision, that things do not have to be barbaric, destructive, brutal, that things can be compassionate and grace-filled, elegant, sophisticated, harmonious, that changes can support all involved rather than destroy, rather than create more karma, more damage, and hinder the things that we're actually growing into and leaving behind. Everything can flow. So divine masculine, you're being asked to fully recognize your God self, to come into that accountability and awareness. And we get to one in the upright, cloak of wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. So yeah, trust that you are a divine masculine. Regardless of the wavering faith, the questioning, am I on a twin flame journey? Am I a divine masculine or not? Yes, you are. Now it's about finding your place and looking at the reality of the situation, telling yourself the God truths, the spiritual truths, and life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So yeah, for many masculines, you know, in a disintegrated energy, there has been a pretty barbaric sexual disintegration. Masculines have pushed power around. So have feminines, but we're talking about masculines here. There has been an inappropriate show of passion, and that has shell-shocked some well-meaning, beautiful, passionate masculines and hampered that. Tempered it, yes, but kind of made masculines afraid to express sensuality. This message, what I'm really getting for you masculines watching this, is as a divine masculine, your aliveness, your sensual, sexual connection has been brought through the awareness of the karmic, lust-filled situations you've learned through trial and error. You have shut down in many ways on behalf of the poor conduct of more or less evolved men, and now you're being reminded that you are divinely guided when you've healed to follow your sensual passions, to allow that sacral chakra connection to indicate where your true connectivity with your feminine lays. So pay attention to your body. What turns you on, masculines? What energy enlivens you? What passions inspire you? This is a huge indicator right now for healed masculines being real with yourself. Where do your attractions lay? If you're in a karmic situation and your divine feminine is not with you, please pay attention to the sensual cues that your body gives you, your intuitive knowing where your sexual, sensual preferences lay. You have come into a greater level of healing that you can accurately trust where your attraction, your passion is pulling you to acknowledge. If you're watching a twin flame reading, I'm being told you have been worried about the amount of sexual attraction you have for your feminine, and that can be because it may go against some sort of a social norm, a family preference, a family situation, and you've been wrestling with this. But you are being asked to really look at the facts of that. Your body doesn't lie to you. You are too healed, you are too evolved to not trust that. Don't buy into guilt and shame about whatever is seemingly at odds. You are meant to come into harmony with your mind, body, and spirit, and what the divine is showing you. You're meant to be fully enlivened by your connection with your feminine. So continue to do whatever you need to do to get rid of guilt and shame, to see that the divine is pointing you in the right direction for appropriate union with the person that is being shown to you. Beautiful message. Trust your sexual knowing, masculine, but conduct yourself with honor. If your body, if your mind, if your spirit tells you something about someone and they are not in your life, what do you need to do to get yourself into alignment, mind, body, and physical realm, so that you can align with that person? Okay, let's go into the emotional layer. What is it that the divine, what masculines are dealing with on the emotional realm? What can we see to help the beautiful divine masculines here? Wow, 10 of Pentacles and the Death. So in the feminine reading, right at the end, the connection space did have the 10 of Pentacles, and it was saying that the masculines are seeking a mentorship. They're seeking guidance at this time in order to, for those who children resonate with, in order to make sure the children are taken care of and appropriately considered as major changes with karmic situations happen, etc. So I'm getting that energy here. There is a desire for long-term stability, abundance, commitment, legacy, without a disruption. The Death card is a transformation, so major path change right now. Masculines, you've been working very hard along certain material realm pursuits. You've been setting your lives up in a way that offer a completely successful template into the world. You've been doing your best. You've been achieving. You've been working hard, but you are being brought into emotionally aligning with a new path based on everything that you've put in. You're being asked to transform that and add this spiritual love into it. Add the accommodation of your divine feminine into the mix. This has been a huge point of struggle for the ego and the emotional balancing for masculines, because there is such a steadfast loyalty and high level discipline that divine masculines embody. This has been a very challenging concept, that the feminine would somehow be at odds with the existing material realm status quo. Masculines, you are, from what I'm seeing, coming into a massive awakening about how your feminine is not at odds and how your knowing and passion indicate the correctness of including your feminine in your long-term goals. Yeah, we get the card of union as advice. So 100% your feminine is part of your long-term abundance. Certain things in karmic situations have emotionally not felt like they've got off the ground, and the divine really wants you to know, masculines, that is not in your head. That is not a failure of yours, that it has not worked. Pay attention to that. You've been striving for this 10 of Pentacles, material realm abundance in every aspect, and certain karmic situations have never given way to that actually materializing at the level that you have known on your heart that it would. And so you are being asked to really consider that. Again, I'm being brought back to this knowing of where your passion lays. You are too masterful to delude yourself that your attraction to your feminine and the excitement you get at that power couple dynamic energy that you've been coming into realizing, you're too masterful to be lying to yourself about that. It's about time to trust that you already know and now legitimately open your emotional floodgates so that you can actually discern what the appropriate way to include your feminine in this is. You're getting so many messages that you've been in training for this kind of connectivity, and that it's time to include your deep emotional fulfillment, compatibility, power couple stuff into the mix with how you have been striving for your long-term abundance. Seal of clairsentience, clarity, knowledge, channeling, and unification. You know the missing piece emotionally is including your feminine. She is the one person that complements everything you've always wanted and takes it higher. So pay attention to that. I'm just getting that some of these messages are coming out because masculines, you're just starting to own this enough to ask advice. If you're watching this, you're reaching out for advice for sure. And that let this be a mirror. If you're watching this, yes, it's a good thing. You can soften into accommodating your twin flame dynamic into all that you've been working towards in your life. Take this as a sign. Okay, on the conscious mind, what do we have? Six of Cups. Yeah, this is the reunion energy. So it is a soulmate reunion, twin flame reunion. I have some decks where this has twins on it. Being taken with the lilies here and how they come up through the mud. These connections are not simple. The mud is the karmic becoming, the karmic process. And how beautiful. So the Six of Cups, what I'm being shown, masculines, is that you have risen above on 6 of the chakra levels. And the crown is the one that you're working on right now. Because we've got in the emotional, we've got the channeling, unification, clarity, and knowledge. That is the crown chakra. So I'm feeling for masculines today, as you come into the full-on acceptance and recognition of this connection, you're flowering. Your crown chakra is flowering on a new interdimensional level because you are truly opening to divine instruction that goes against logic, that includes your feminine despite all logical, rational attempts to say, this isn't happening. I had my life a certain way, and now I'm being shown this light on this feminine person, and you've been in that struggle. This is showing, masculines, that you've done the work on all the other levels, and it is this complete unfolding with your connection to Source that is bringing in the profound and You cannot unlearn what you're now knowing on the conscious mind, that your feminine is meant to be in your life. The Hanged Man in the reverse is talking about yes or no. It's timing. And so, yeah, you've been asking the divine to show you about this reunion energy, about bringing your feminine into your life. And so it is time to release your conscious resistance, the disbelief that this could be happening. What is the spirit guidance? What can we see for that theme for the masculines? Ooh, we get two. What do we have? Golden seed. Light, wholeness, warmth, and well-being. Trust that this has not found you as a trick. Trust that this connection, this process, this unfolding has been brought in as a support for your wholeness, for your return to complete embodiment of divine healing, divine wholeness into your life, for your well-being, light, wholeness, warmth, well-being. As your feminine is coming into your recognition as part of yourself, as the mind-blowing idea that as you've denied certain harmony within your own being, that you have also resisted that same exact frequency in your feminine, or have not been ready. If you haven't fully resisted, but you've been gradually coming into alignment with your feminine, please understand that it is your own internal harmonization that closes the gap between you and your feminine, because she is the testament of your healing. To come into union is the product of your healing and your alignment. And we have Spine of Fire, which is a card of alignment. Your true self, passion, motivation, purpose, all of it hinges on your healing, your well-being, the light within you. And as you come into alignment with the light within you, your feminine is the one person that is magnetized back into your soul, really. So I kind of like that the Hangman is in the reverse for you masculines, because it's almost like that really cocky atheist idea that you don't have to believe in God for God to, for God to save. Like, I often think that atheists are the bravest, because they're like, there's no God and it's all working out. It's the kind of energy here that I'm getting. It's like such a full-blown crown chakra opening, an invitation that there is a surrender. The resistance feels like it's consciously being put aside, and it feels like you're stepping out in faith in so many ways. All the masculine readings lately have been indicating this as well. And so do see it this way. Do see that as you come into alignment internally, that your wholeness is in direct proportion with how at arm's length you keep your feminine or not. And all of the changes that manifest to follow that fractal awareness within you in your external world. Wow. Okay, so the physical realm. What is it that the masculines need to know about their physical realm today? Ten of Cups and the Magician. So very similar with the Magician in the reverse to that Hangman energy. It's like giving up control. Really sinking into that masculine knowing that passions don't lie, that your whole soul fire is pointing to this divine feminine in your life, and you're not wrong. That's not wrong. That's not a sin. That is the divinely guided light being placed on what is appropriate, right, and true. Just because you are in situations that you have decided limit you from exploring your highest potentials does not mean it's a sin to leave those, or to choose something that's better, or to find the right thing now that you're open to it, now that you've healed enough to get there. Boom, it shows up in your life. It's not a trick. that is because you've manifested your feminine into your life. It is not because you are shirking your responsibilities or ditching on your old life. It's because of the work you've done. It's because of your spiritual progression that you have come into the awareness of this love. 10 of Cups in your physical realm with the Magician. You're not willing to put hard work into things that just aren't going to manifest this 10 of Cups anymore. You're ready to surrender. That is incredible. Yeah, masculines, you are fully trusting divine, or you're about to. So continue that unfolding. What is it we can see for spirit guidance for the masculines? Ooh, on the floor. Subtle seal of luminosities, discernment, discipline, and order. Yeah, so just as you're not willing to force things, masculine, there is a natural order, there is a natural progression, and you have to have discernment and discipline to keep choosing love versus fear in all things. Let it unravel naturally, let it unfold naturally. As you're leaving your preconceived notion of what your life should be, and as you're coming into alignment with that which the divine is showing you, allow the unhooking to happen naturally. Allow the aligning to happen naturally. And that is the harmonious way about it. You've got this, masculines. I don't quite understand what I've been picking up on the masculine energy in the fullest, but I feel it on my heart space, and I know you've got this. Okay, so let's get into a masculine reading. What is it that we can see for how the masculines are feeling or thinking of the connection? How are they feeling for their feminines? What is their wish today? What is the action they're taking that align them with this twin flame journey? What is the biggest challenge at this time? What is the spirit guidance solution for that challenge? And what aspect of the unfolding should the masculines be aware of? One more shuffle. Didn't split nicely. Ooh, 22, 22. I saw all the stuff. Okay. Okay. What is the masculine, logical, conscious mind thinking of the feminine today? Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. The feminine's got this card in the feminine reading in the same spot. So, masculines, you've got it flipped though, mirroring energy. This is the main card. So lack of teamwork in your lives. This is that card of alignment and trust what you know and where your passions lay. If you are in certain situations that are not producing a divine masculine level harmony and teamwork and fruit, it's time to bring justice to your life. You are responsible for your happiness. Don't force things that are not meant for you. It's time to understand that if you're energized, if you are impassioned by your feminine, the divine is saying to you today, go in that direction. That is justified. Oof, big messages. I'm not gonna keep drilling that home, but here we have it. If you're not finding teamwork in your life, bring justice to the situation. It is within your control. You are the one. Let it sink in. Get that through your head. Yes, you are diligent to be working on things and doing your best, but true compatibility is easier than that. You don't have to force it, and you know where it is. Okay, what on the heart space? The shadow. Ooh, the devil in the reverse with temperance. Are you kidding me? The feminine's got this card too. I just shuffled these. I just shuffled them. I checked the next one just to see if I didn't shuffle them well enough, but I darn well did. Okay, so on the heart space, masculines, you're really seeing through the illusion. As you are putting down the resistance that the divine is somehow tricking you, that this divine love connection has not been what it is and that it's been a temptation, you're seeing through that temptation energy and you're understanding the connection to your healing. Well done. So feminines, your masculine is now seeing that you are the product of and manifestation of their healing, an indication of their alignment rather than a trick, a temptation. They are stopping the beating themselves up over how inspired they are by your connection. It's no longer a bad thing, it's a good thing. Or the light is coming in that regard. Okay, what are the masculines wishing for the connection? Transformation. This is the death card for the second time with the Hierophant, the High Priest, 2 major arcana. Masculines are wishing for this spiritual commitment, this spiritual awareness, this spiritual path, true spirituality. This is that crown chakra analogy again, or not analogy, but the awareness of the unfolding. This is completely surrendering to the higher, to the spiritual understanding of this reality of life. Wow, this is full-blown becoming. This is masculine stepping into mind blow. This is amazing. So, wow, total surrender, complete surrender. That is absolutely beautiful. What actions are the masculines taking? Ending anxiety about being the King of Wands. This is regarding union, feminines. This is the deep, deep, deep work of overcoming guilt, shame, anger, frustration, apathy, regret. Any of those ideas that the masculines are unlovable, in sin, unworthy, wrong, deluded, crazy, they are looking at the reality check so they can step into being in alignment, being divine masculine with you. They have been, over the last few months in these readings, have been coming into their God self, coming into the awareness of who they really are, learning what that feels like, how that's expressed with people around. Masculines, you're doing that as you come into physical union with your feminine. You are processing all the anxieties about your disbelief that your feminine could be real, that this is happening, that this is divinely guided. All of those existential faith questions are being processed in the name of coming into the twin flame divine masculine awareness, alignment, especially if you're watching this video. What is the biggest challenge? The Queen of Cups and the awakening. So this is divine feminine. This is the intuition within you, divine masculine, as well. This is trusting your psychic intuitive understanding and fully seeing it for what it is. There is that crown chakra flowering energy again. It's full alignment, coming into leaving the disbelief is what I'm hearing, and learning to trust implicitly your own inner knowing, your own intuition about what this really is, and acknowledging that the mind, body, spirit are coming into this degree of pristine alignment so that you can trust your responses to what you are navigating in your life. That's the challenge. It is having a full awakening so that you are in harmony on all levels, and that what that feedback gives you is accurate and holy and true. Oh, what is spirit guidance? There's the High Priest for the second time with the changes. So yeah, you're wishing for complete transformation of your known world, and you see that you're not there right now. Make the changes one at a time. As you do awaken to each of these aspects, divine masculine, raise the bar. Implement this stuff. As you become aware of these tools, these methods, these techniques, as you are divinely guided, think outside the box and implement each one of these things in turn. That is what you're being asked to do. That's pretty easy. It's just one at a time. Baby steps. You will get there from here. Okay, where's the connection going? Here's that offer we saw in yesterday's reading. So we also saw this page of Pentacles in the feminine reading, I think. but we definitely saw this as an offer coming in yesterday. So masculines, take heart. Just know you are perceiving clearly. You are picking up on the right signs. You have researched this, you know. So this is friendship, breaking the ice, reaching out, initiating a conversation, saying you're sorry. But this is also your feminine being in a receptive mode. This is the kindness card. It's my what goes around comes around card. So when you drop the resistance, masculines, and you come from this place where you're not running, you're not denying, you're not discrediting, you're not in disbelief, you're actually being present with what is, see the results you get. Check out how your feminine responds when you come from that alignment. Be curious, try it out. The page is a research card. Put yourself out there, masculine. See what feedback you get. See what response you get mirrored back to you by your feminine. Ooh, very nice. Okay, I'm going to leave that reading here today, and that was delightful. Oh, many blessings. I'm so excited, Mr. Divine Masculines, that have watched this. Well done.